Hello, today is the 2.3 notes for solving inequalities using multiplication or division. The core concept box is basically saying you're going to solve these like we do equations. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. But with multiplication or division, there's one special rule that we're going to write above this, that the core concept box is basically saying that is if you ever multiply or divide both sides by a negative, you have to flop the inequality symbol. That's the big new thing today. And that's actually in the bottom half of this core concept box. So with that being said, let's go ahead and go down to example 1 here. I know it's a little written off the paper. I'm so sorry about that. So if we look at example 1 here, it solves x over 8 is greater than -5. I'm going to rewrite this so it's easier to see. So to get x by itself, I'm going to get rid of a divide by 8, which is multiply both sides by 8. Notice I'm multiplying by a positive. I'm multiplying by a positive. So positive means don't change anything. All I know is these 8's cancel, leave me with x greater than, and then -5 times 8 is going to give me -40. Now this didn't say to graph it, so I'm not going to. I am just writing the solution there. Let's go to example 1b. I'm going to rewrite this again so it's easier to see. -24 greater than or equal to 3x. To get rid of the 3 that's multiplying the x, I'm going to divide by 3. Notice what I divided by is a positive, which means I am not changing anything. Those 3's cancel. I'm left with a -8 is greater than or equal to x, or you could write x less than or equal to -8. Either one works for me. So notice nothing new, nothing crazy on that. So let's go. So there are 4 on your own. Adjust this where you can see it. What I'm going to have you do, though, is actually change. We didn't talk about this yet. Change number 2. I want you to get rid of that negative in front of the 1/5 W because we have not done anything with the negatives yet. So go ahead now that you change that to a positive 1/5 W. Go ahead and do these 4 on your own. And then when you're done, unpause the video and I'll tell you those answers. So go ahead and do that now in 3, 2, 1, and go. Welcome back. So for number 1, you should have n greater than equal to -7. Number 2, you should have a -32 greater than equal to w, or you could write w less than equal to -32. Number 3 is b greater than equal to 9. And number 4, you should have -12 is greater than q. If you rewrote it, that'd be q less than -12. All right, now we're going to go to example number 2, which we're going to get into the negatives that are involved now. So if you look at example 2a, I'm dividing by a -3, so I need to multiply. First, I'm going to actually rewrite this problem. 2 less than y divided by -3. So we're going to solve it, and it does say to graph it. I want to get rid of the -3 by multiplying both sides by a -3. Now notice I'm multiplying by a negative, which means this symbol has to flip-flop. Instead of being a less than, now becomes greater than. Now, my -3's cancel. I'm left with a y on the right, and on the left, I have my -6. So the answer is -6 greater than y, or you could write it as y less than -6. So if we go ahead and graph this now, I have a -7, -6, -5. This is an open circle on 6, and we are shading to the left. Part B, I have a -7y equals -35, so I divide by a -7. Again, notice I have a negative. So this symbol here is going to go from a less than equal to a greater than equal to. My -7's cancel. I am left with y greater than equal to 5. And then when I go to graph this, I'm going to put 4, 5, 6 on my number line, close circle on 5, and then I'm going to shade to the right-hand side. All right. Yeah, so there are some on your owns here. Be really careful about those negatives. Here we go, some on your owns. I want you to try those. You're gonna pause the video, and when you come back, I will tell you the answers and graph those solutions. So go ahead and do that in 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, welcome back. Number 5 is P greater than negative 28. I'm going to do a really cheesy number line here. Negative 28, when you have that, would be an open circle shaded to the right. Number 6, when you solve, you get x greater than positive 25. So your 25 will have an open circle and you're shaded to the right, and your number line will have more numbers. Number 7, you will have the answer negative 10 less than equal to z. You could have rewrote that, but in this case here, you're going to have negative 10, and it is a closed circle. You're shading to the right, and the reason why, if you rewrote it, it would be z greater than equal to negative 10. Number 8 here, if when you solve, you get m less than negative 7. So you have negative 7 on your number line. It will be an open circle shaded to the left. Number 9 is r less than equal to 11. So that's going to be a closed circle on 11 shaded to the left. And then number 10, we have y less than equal to 30. And then on your number line, you're going to have 30. That's going to be a closed circle shaded to the left. Now, if you have room, we're going to do one more question. One more question here. Move this. One more question. So actually, I'm going to maybe do it right above here. How about that? Right above. Here's our little extra here. Extra, read all about it. What if the problem is negative 16 equals 8/7 x? So at this point, we want to get rid of the fraction. So don't forget, you multiply by the reciprocal, which would be 7/8. 7/8. We'll multiply here. 7's cancel, the 8's cancel. I multiply by a positive here, so it is a positive. I'm only going to solve this. I'm not going to graph it. But it's going to give me a negative 14 on the left. Oh, that was an equal sign. Sorry, that was supposed to be a less than equal to in the original. So it says less than equal to x. So just a little reminder how to get rid of an entire fraction. Okay, we're going to save the story problems for another day. So that's it for the notes. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If not, we'll see you at the next video. Have a great one.